Well, hey guys, what's up? It's Ryan. Thanks for joining me. This is a very special video for me because I've got a brand new product from Polar that's not even on the market yet. They sent this to me. I just got it today, and this video is coming out tomorrow. So this is going to be just my first impressions of this brand new product. It's the Polar Grit X. This is Polar's brand new high-end adventure watch. It takes everything from the Vantage and adds more into this just crazy piece of gear. I'm gonna unbox it, show you what's inside, show you what it looks like, and give you my first impressions. And just so you know, Polar did send this watch to me for free, but this is not a sponsored video and they're not getting a chance to review it before I post it. Set that aside, and on the inside, it's got this nice little box. Cut this open here. Pulling this apart, and we see the watch inside. So I'm just gonna take the watch out of here. Now, just to let everyone know, this is a early release sample, and so all the packaging might not be final yet, but the watch itself is done, and there just might be like another firmware upgrade right before it comes out, but that's about it. So first thing you notice is this watch band is a very interesting texture. The inside is like normal, like silicone or rubber, whatever you're used to. All right, so put the watch right there. Also inside is the charging cable, USB-A connector with like a magnet. So the magnets make it so that it will not stick on any way other than this way right here. So right away, that's kind of like, all right, I wish they would have done this differently, because I think the majority of people wear watches on their left hand, and if you're trying to do a race and charge your watch at the same time, you want the cable going back up your arm, not out towards your hand. They did it this way. Suunto also does it this way. So then this whole thing pulls out, and you got the documentation inside. All right, cool. All right, so then it's got this little sticker. Pull that off, toss that, and then let's just turn it on. There it goes. Choose how you'd like to set up your watch: on your phone, on your computer, on your watch. Okay, so while this is syncing, let's go over a few of the features. First of all, this is supposedly military grade durability. Polar did not specify what type of glass it was during our call, so I don't know, so I can't tell you what type of glass it is. It is pretty lightweight, 64 grams. Comparing it to, it's definitely, like, I can just tell, like, right off the bat, it's lighter than Suunto. It's probably on par with something like Coros. It is decently thin, and I like how the band moves back and forth. It's not like Suunto where it's like just like stuck in one position. It's got Polar's optical heart rate on the back. I'm excited to see how this heart rate monitor on this watch compares with like Garmin, Suunto, Coros, and then the Apple Watch as well. All right, so it says we're ready to go. View introduction. Okay, so now just to go over a couple of the new features. It's got this new thing called Hill Splitter, which I'm really interested to see. It basically tracks how fast you're going up the hills and how fast you're going down the hills, and for courses that you've programmed into your watch, it gives you guidance on like how fast you're going up and down to help you speed up your completion of that route. It's got this other new feature called FuelWise, which is brand new, and it gives you recommendations on what to eat based off of your height, your weight, the time of day, how long of an activity you're doing, how much you've completed, how fast you've been going. It basically takes all of that information and puts it together, and not only how many calories you need, but what type of breakdown you need as far as macronutrients like carbs, fats, and proteins, and it gives you recommendations during the activity based on that. So say you're in a race and you're coming up to an aid station, it'll tell you you need like 10 grams of protein, you need more carbs this time, you need a lot of fat this time, something like that, which will be really, really cool to see how it works. And then after you're done with your workout or race, it'll give you recommendations on how you can do better next time with fueling. The next big thing is battery life, and this Polar Grit X is said to have 40 hours of battery life in full GPS mode, which rivals Coros. And when you're in power save mode, like if you're doing a multi-day event or like a big long hike or something like that, you can go 100 hours with GPS. All of this could be a game changer. Another new feature with the Polar Grit X is that it is going to integrate with the website Komoot, which I've never used used before, but apparently it provides maps and route guidance and planning. If you're traveling or you just want to find some new trails around where you live, you can type in the type of terrain you want, the distance you want, and then you can upload that map and get turn-by-turn directions and route guidance right on your watch. Also, apparently it will give you a 2-day weather forecast right on your watch. And finally, it also integrates with FitSpark, which can give you indoor workouts that are specifically tailored to you as an athlete, where you are with your fitness. So especially during this time where we're all inside training, and give you a personalized plan so that when we can get back outside and get into the mountains and go race and train with other people, we can be a whole lot stronger. And finally, it does integrate with Polar's own website. Obviously, same functions as the Vantage and any of their other watches. It's got this Train Smarter feature. It tracks your sleep, ANS, all of that. It's going to be available in black, just like this, hunter green, and white. It's going to be available on Polar's website first for $429, and then it'll be available everywhere else middle of May to end of May. All right, so enough talk about specs and everything. I'm going to dig into this, I'm going to use it, I'm going to go for a run, figure out the menus and settings and everything, and then I'm going to report back with my first impressions. Well, good morning, everybody. It is 4:56. Got my GoPro, 3 watches, heart rate strap. I'm gonna be recording my heart rate solo with the strap with the Polar H10, which again is like the gold standard of heart rate straps. And then I'm gonna be recording heart rate as well with all the other watches. Let's go. All right, so first run done with the Polar Grit X, 10 miles, and I was also wearing the Sunto 9 and the Coros Vertex. So first impressions of this watch. It felt like it was really accurate. Like when I was speeding up, slowing down, the pace felt like it was right on. The distance matching the other 2 watches, like within 1/100th of a mile. So that was really awesome. The screen was really easy to read. Whenever you turn your wrist, it lights up. So that was helpful in the dark. Looking at heart rate, because this is why we're all here, we've got the red is the Polar H10, so that's the gold standard as a reminder. Purple is Sunto, green is the Polar Grit X. So Coros, again, I don't want to give them too much credit because it was way high up on my wrist and super tight, facing towards the inside, which is much better reading anyway. This is some interesting heart rate data from the Polar Grit X. It was quite high, like a lot. Oh my gosh, 162 beats versus 141. All right, that's it for this analysis though. Interesting data. I'll have to follow up with you guys after I use this watch a few more times. As far as readability, when you're in an activity, you can only have 4 data fields, which is a little bit of a letdown. I would have liked to have like 5 or 6. I think there's plenty of real estate on the screen. I'm not sure why they only went with 4. It's got cool screens for heart rate, for power, for climbing. I only did a couple hills, but it seemed like it was picking up on the hills right away. When you're running, the data screen, just like it is right now, is black with white letters. But then every time you hit a lap, it changes to a white background with black letters. I just wish it didn't do that. I wish it just stuck with one or the other. But now for my thoughts after using this watch for less than 24 hours. I think it's really aimed squarely at trail and ultra runners because of its advanced features, durability, and battery life. I'm really excited to continue using it and training with it. All right, but that's it for my first impressions on this Polar Grit X. Thank you so much to Polar for sending this out to me. I'm also going to update you guys after a couple weeks of using this, primarily as my running watch and daily tracking, fitness, all of that type of stuff. Thank you guys for stopping by. Consider subscribing. I've got a lot of content on this channel about running, gear, all sorts of different stuff. I'm right in the middle of this challenge to run 100 miles over the course of 10 days. But yeah, that's it for my first impressions of the Polar Grit X. It comes out in a couple weeks. If you want more information, check the link below. And I will see you guys again soon. Bye.